Now, a large section of Zimbabweans is disappointed that the only president they've ever known has refused to resign. In an address to state television, Robert Mugabe said he would preside over the ruling ZANU-PF's Congress next month, even though the party has removed him as its leader, and given him until noon Monday to resign as president. In this Harare bar, opinions on the speech broadly expressed disappointment that Mugabe had not stepped down immediately.
The biggest thing we were expecting from the speech was for the president to step down. He must step down and leave this for the younger generation. We don't disagree that he has done a lot for the country, but he must leave for the younger generation to carry on his legacy.
I was waiting for the speech for a while we heard that the president was going to address us live on national TV. We were waiting to hear whether he is stepping down or resigning. But what I figured is the speech was good.
But we were expecting to hear the president say, "I've heard your concerns yesterday and I'm ready to step down." This is not what we're expecting, to hear a long speech without any results for us. The results were simple. I am stepping down. I am handing over the country to someone else.
Well, joining me on the news is founder and CEO of 263 Chat, Nigel Mugamu, to talk more on this. Good morning and thanks for joining us on the news.
Morning. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, indeed. Now, latest news from Zimbabwe indicates that Mugabe may have agreed to terms of his resignation. That speech that he made last night did not show that he was ready to step down. What do you think may have happened between yesterday night when he made the speech and this morning, if this news is anything to go by?
Look, I think the legal process is in motion, and that speech was designed to do was to just reassure the nation and the rest of the world at large that there is no coup, that he's happy with what's going on, that he's not under any threat, and that things are, the army has come in to rescue a difficult situation. So he's come in to reassure people, in a way. We understand, of course, it's unconfirmed reports of all sorts of different things, and of course the situation is extremely fluid at this stage. But I think that we also have to go back to the Constitution. The Constitution says, it stipulates exactly how the president would resign. I doubt that he would resign in the manner that we were expecting last night.
We've heard talks about Section 97 of the Constitution to be invoked if he does refuse to step down. If he does refuse to step down, what do you think lies ahead for Zimbabwe?
Look, I think it's too early to say. There are many things at play. We're still trying to understand exactly what it all means from a legal perspective, and I think that's what we need to. That's what we're relying on at the current moment. Of course, there was a speech made yesterday by the ZANU-PF Central Committee to say he has until 12 p.m. Today to resign, and if failing that, then the impeachment process will begin. We're trying to ascertain from different legal, experts here in Zimbabwe, here in Harare, to understand exactly how long it would take for an impeachment process to take place and to be concluded. Of course, this is a new scenario for Zimbabwe. We've never been in this kind of situation before, and so we wait to see how long the legal process takes. So it's anyone's guess how long things will take place and where we head from here.
A real question on the lips of so many across the world observing this is why the seeming capitulation on the part of the military, who have said, look, this intervention was not a coup, but of course it is an intervention all the same. This is a totally new dynamic to what we've known to be takeover by the military in Africa. What do you make of this, and what is the feeling really on ground in Zimbabwe?
I mean, the feeling is for us, citizens here in Zimbabwe. I personally don't look at this and think, very difficult. Is it a coup? Is it not? We haven't seen, there hasn't been any violence. On Saturday there was a solidarity march. I saw a lot of people on the streets. It's been an interesting, week. A week ago today, I mean, literally last Monday, I would not have imagined that I would be speaking to you guys at TVC News, discussing this particular issue, trying to understand exactly what's going on. As a journalist myself, and I obviously run to City Chat here in Zimbabwe, we've been working since last Monday to just try and get the story out and understand exactly what's going on. The people here in Harare and as well as the rest of the country are generally calm, and we are waiting to see what happens next, given the protest that's already started.
Do you think the major challenge now would be after Mugabe, who really can take the country to where it should be, at least in the direction that it should be going?
Look, I think what we're witnessing here is an internal issue within ZANU-PF. And we must always remember that this is an internal issue within ZANU-PF, and of course it's affecting the country at large. I cannot for certain say what will happen on Friday. I can't tell you. I'm not a prophet. I can't predict. But what I can tell you is that there will still be a ZANU-PF Congress next month. Yesterday, ZANU-PF, they nominated an interim leader, Emmerson Mnangagwa, as the interim leader until that Congress. I am not entirely sure what will happen at the Congress next month, and I don't know much about. There's so many things happening, or so many people saying things that are unverified that we don't know. But what I do know is that ZANU-PF voted yesterday to remove President Mugabe as their leader, and that they've asked for him to resign. I don't know what will happen going forward, but I do know that Emmerson Mnangagwa is the interim leader of ZANU-PF at the current moment.
All right, Nigel Mugamu there talking to us. Of course, the gaze of the whole world will be on Zimbabwe. It actually is now, and we'll be waiting for that noon time to see what happens in Zimbabwe. Thank you so much for your time on the news.